instruction liturgicum authenticum. So, after all of these documents and all of these changes, it was decided that a fuller revision was needed. We needed a new book. And so, the first part of that process was the implementation of what is called the General Instruction of the Roman Missal. Going back to the 1500s and the Roman Missal that was used in all of the churches around the world, all in Latin, up and through the 1960s, at the front of that book there was a general instruction. There was the rules, the rubrics, how Mass was to be celebrated throughout the whole world and throughout the whole church. And so, a new general instruction was put together. However, this general instruction also was called the New Order of Mass. And it first appeared in its final form in 1969. Now this orange book that I'm holding up is actually a very rare book. Few of them exist. And that is because of what's next on the slide. Before it was published in the final missal, or in the final big book with all the other prayers, Pope Paul VI ordered and wrote an edition of a preamble to the beginning of the text. So when the 1969 New Order of Mass was released, there was no preamble in it. It starts, section 1, importance and dignity of the Eucharistic celebration. Upon reading this, several cardinals approached Pope Paul VI and were very concerned that there was no explicit explanation that this new order wasn't something radically new, but that it was in faithful compliance with the overall tradition of the Catholic Church. And so what Pope Paul VI decided to do was to have, and personally write parts of, a preamble that would make that explicitly clear. And so, very few of these were translated into English. This is one of them. I found it at a used bookstore. I bought it for $2 at King's Book in downtown Detroit, which is one of the largest used bookstores in the country. And I was very happy when I found it because I'm just weird like that. But this book in Latin was pulped, literally. He had all of the versions of it ground up, gotten rid of. And then only the version that contained the preamble was published. And so, that preamble remained almost completely unchanged in all three editions of the Roman Missal that would come about from 1969 until 2002. And so, we have at the front of the book that the priest uses to say Mass, this general instruction having its roots in the instructions that come from the Constitution of the Sacred Liturgy, and ultimately have been, for the most part, unchanged, although there's been some additions and subtractions from the overall general instruction over the years.